So yeah, any sort of initiation helps. And Ricky is in general just like a extremely popular hero. One of the one positions probably most in vogue in this current patch, I think, where you can kind of pick him and you don't even really need to be concerned about counterpicks. We just saw earlier today Secret try to pick the Slardar against the Ricky, and that's like the most obvious counterpick, and even that did not work very well.
Yeah, I mean, it's so annoying with Tricks of the Trade though. Like the hero is doubly elusive because you've got invis and a dodge, which is just madness. Which is why the hero feels so strong right now. And of course, the Blink Strike as well, just extra annoyingness. He's sick. Meanwhile, the Phoenix is going to come out as a response. This is a hero which Ricky kind of does struggle to deal with. Actually, I think Ricky's a pretty terrible egg hitter because he struggles to close the gap. Blink Strike is not great because you obviously can't do it towards the egg. You got to walk over there. Ricky doesn't really like walking. He likes Tricks of the Trading. He likes Blink Striking, right clicking. Nah, not if Mercy's already there.
And if Phoenix did not have the Stampede on its side, then I would definitely be. Oh, okay, that's definitely a James Zero. It kind of goes both ways because Phoenix has very, very low armor, and oftentimes you will not survive long enough to get out of the cloud. And so if Ricky initiates on the Phoenix, then Phoenix is totally screwed 9 times out of 10. But in a team fight situation, definitely agree, Ricky is not ideal at dealing with Phoenix. And it seems like Cyber Legacy are kind of trying to lean into the team fight. They have the Stampede, they have the Soulbind, which so far don't have any combinations with it, but that's not that big of a deal. And then Troll Warlord, definitely a hero that can gladly deal with Ricky in a team fight situation, just being able to activate Battle Trance before you die, assuming you're outside of the smoke cloud, and all of a sudden Ricky is like, great, well, I can't fight for like another 7 seconds, I have to leave.
Yeah, it's a great way to deal with him. I find it interesting picking the Ricky and Centaur as well, because I've always considered Centaur to be pretty good versus Ricky. Like, he's not going to die in the smoke clouds.
Is just so good.
Yeah, exactly. You can help anybody out across the map with Stampede to get them out of the smoke clouds. So I don't actually like this Ricky pickup too much, but let's move on.
It's possible they just made like the laning arrangement, because I could see Ricky being kind of irritating for Centaur in the lane, because even if you have Retaliate, you never really get a good opening to go on Ricky, because he has, like you said, these evasive maneuvers that you'll pop Retaliate and then he'll just walk away, and then you just blew an extremely long cooldown. And Ricky's one of the few heroes that will be willing to harass a Centaur, because the backstab damage is just, it's worth it to be able to give him Retaliate stacks. So it's possible they just may like the lane specifically.
True, yeah. And of course, judging from these games, the lanes are very important. I mean, each team which has run over these lanes has been able to pull out the victory in the end, so... But we're going to actually save our mid matchup for last this time, which I think is important. Cyber Legacy will have the 10th pick, and we'll see what they want to get rid of that they don't fancy playing into. I'm interested to see what Lightless goes for here, and I think they really need to cover themselves though for any 10th pick shenanigans coming out as they ban out the TA. They kind of deal okay with the Meepo just because you've got Snapfire, Fable, Underlay. It's okay, it's not brilliant.
Teams are not Meepo teams until I see them actually whip it out once, though, because there have been many drafts where Meepo is like pretty good, but I'm not familiar enough with any of these players, or rather either, because I guess it's down to the mid laners now. It's going to be Pikachu and Lightless. I don't know if they have Meepo in their arsenal.
Yeah, Cyber Legacy certainly do. They
oh, do they? Okay.
Yeah, Pikachu.
Is it Pikachu? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Team-Up, I hope. I'm not too sure though. I mean, they are still a relatively new team. I don't think I've seen them play Meepo. Definitely see them play a lot of Arc Warden though. I'm kind of wondering how that would work out for them this game.
I would be on board with that 100%, because I want something to kind of deal with Troll Warlord. Cyber Legacy specifically ban out the Razor, and actually Empire Hope ban out Kunkka themselves. I thought Kunkka would have been okay. Whoa, I don't really like that Queen pick.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the idea here is it's something to try and kite out the troll a bit.
Yeah, but if you get netted, you are so screwed.
Exactly, right? And the leash from Grimstroke as well. We're going to lock you down quite a lot.
That's so... They must... I don't know if Lightless plays Kunkka himself, because I think Kunkka would have been pretty good. But, like, Queen of Pain does not really deal with the egg very well. She has a lot to be concerned about in terms of disable. she can't really insta-give any targets. Like, the Centaur is going to be too tanky. Grimstroke, like, if she gets too close to Grimstroke, you can just put the silence on her, and that slows things down significantly. I am not a fan of Empire Hope's draft, really, at all. I think Cyber Legacy's draft is much easier to execute, and Empire Hope pretty much, like, it's all on Ricky's shoulders to be able to help them out. Because, like, yeah, James, like, as good as he is on Rubik, as observed from his Dota buff, there aren't even that many great spells for him to steal. It's pretty much just Lena's spells, and that's it.
Yeah, at the same time, I don't like this Lena pickup. As you say, it gives James something to steal. It gives Ricky a target as well. This is a Lena which is going to be forced into probably building Hurricane Pike. I guess you can get away with not building though because they got the center on their team, so maybe even that's okay. Yeah, I really struggle to justify this for Team Empire Hope.
I think they just like again, like it's coming down to mid lane, or it just coming down to laning preference, much as how I'm suspecting the Ricky is being picked just for laning preference. I think they just like Lena versus Queen of Pain, because Lena's not a particularly popular hero right now.
Yeah.
So the other thing is Shadow Fiend's like not bad versus Queen of Pain. It used to be much more one-sided, but these days people actually prefer Shadow Fiend versus the Queen of Pain, just because in the time that he takes her to get one Shadow Strike off, you'll probably land 2 raises on her. So I'm surprised that they opt for the Lena, but it's possible that they, you know, again, it's just they prefer it in the matchup versus Queen of Pain.
Alrighty, I think both of us quite heavily favouring Cyber Legacy in this draft, and I'd be surprised to hear if anybody else had different opinions and a bit of hope for Team Empire, but we shall see. I mean, anything can happen, anything can especially happen in these lanes, and I think another thing we should look at is these lane matchups. So let's get into game number 3 and find out who's going to be taking the win here in these group stages in Cyber Legacy versus Team Empire Hope as they battle it out from this final game. I think probably I'm just trying to see like how much experimentation has gone on in these drafts. I really don't think there's much. Like, there's nothing here which makes me think these guys are testing something. These guys are using these matches for they want to take the top spot, right? If you take the top spot, you get to skip a series, and then these guys are lazy. They're like, we don't want to play an extra series.
Yeah, no, this is a conservative draft from both ends. Nothing too exotic happening. At most, I think the one thing that Empire Hope have going in their favor is that they can definitely snowball way faster and way harder than Cyber Legacy can, because if Ricky starts to get a significant lead, then all of a sudden the team fight superiority of Cyber Legacy goes out the window, because he can just hunt down the Phoenix, probably kill the Phoenix before the bird can get out of the smoke. Same thing with Grimstroke, also very vulnerable. Queen of Pain also has a lot of potential to snowball, but Cyber Legacy don't need to snowball. They just need to pretty much just get the Troll Warlord farmed up, because even if Empire Hope do start doing very well early on, they don't push very well. None of these heroes are good at taking towers, so as kill oriented as they are, I don't know how they can turn that into objectives very easily on the side of Radiant.
It's a great point to be made, and I mean, I want to look over towards the lanes now, because that's something which I think is going to be very important. If Empire Hope can run over these lanes, then they can just be so aggressive and constantly kill everybody on Cyber Legacy over and over. It's going to be Ricky Snapfire versus Centaur Phoenix. I mean, Centaur's just such a fierce laner. It is hard to see it working out so well, but I don't know. It's going to be an interesting one. I think it's pretty even. Maybe slight advantage to Centaur Phoenix, so that's not a good start for Team Empire Hope. Meanwhile, at mid, the Lena should do well versus the Co-op. She's got the extra nuke damage. She should be able to secure a couple more CS with that, and has a stun as well.
More right-click damage as well. 66 damage on the Lena versus the 59 versus Queen of Pain.
Yeah, I think you just have like a slight edge over Pikachu on this one. And meanwhile, up in the top lane, you're going to have the Troll Warlord and presumably Happy Durara on the Grimstroke, coming down to fight up versus the Underlord and the Rubik. And Underlord Rubik's a really strong lane, so I think Empire Hope should be able to control this one pretty nicely. I think this Troll's not going to be super happy.
Yeah, that'll be the one thing, is that they should be able to slow down Palantimos pretty significantly. I would not be surprised if Palantimos just goes for a Battle Fury and just ignores the first 20 minutes of fights or so, because the rest of his team, like, Lena can always participate in fights. That's kind of the beauty of the hero, is that really she just needs level 6. It's a 70-second cooldown on Laguna Blade. which does 450 magic damage. And aside from the Underlord, no one's really that tanky on Empire Hope. So if you just get one disable, you get one stampede into a hoof stomp, then Lina will almost always be ready to get into fights.
True, yeah, she's really got the help. I mean, you can't really use Stampede, I don't think, to get Lina in position, because I think you need it to save someone from the Riki, right? You just need to mess up this Riki's game by destroying his initiation target. I think that's really important in this game. As Phoenix actually dropping pretty low to Ekanat there, as they both just kind of trade salves here. No big deal, just supports, Duke and jiving it out, and the Cores will just try and trade farm in the meanwhile. And over at mid, Pikachu just burning Lightless up. I mean, the first 3 levels against Lina always suck. Nothing too surprising here for Lightless here as he's getting burnt up, but doing okay as it creeps under his tower as well.
Yeah, at most he just needs to make sure that he does not die, because there is rotation potential. If the Grimstroke comes in with a cheeky silence, then all of a sudden Queen of Pain, usually quite evasive with the blink, will not have the attack speed to take that Phantom off, so that could be something that she needs to be concerned about. But if it's just head-to-head, then she should be
getting low to last hero here, and with the flames coming through from Bignum, they will grab this kill. Nothing Ricky can do, actually, to stop Ekanat going down there, so that's your first blood coming down to the bottom lane for Cyber Legacy. Not what we want to see. Target, good buddy? Just gotta stop and take some hits.
Was he doing some shot? Oh no, Ekanat did not bring his raid. He left it in the base.
He took extra hits for that, Ekanat, and you just leave him in the dark like this.
Oh man.
Jesus.
And wait, does Ricky, like, he's not even picking it up on his courier. Is he just gonna wait until he finishes off the stick now? I think he's just gonna wait until he has the money for the stick before he sends it out.
Yeah,
that is
you want to get a stick
shame.
as soon as possible. Wow, that's, yeah. God damn it. Can't even die right, can you?
And Ekanat, okay, he does manage to get the pull off, but Bignum is probably in a position to intercept it.
Well, there's no big camp, so no pull through, so this is still going to be advantageous. And with the rate Ekanat's killing these things as well, it's going to be a pretty meek pull, all things considered. But at least Satake is going to get some creeps under his tower. Oh, what?
Yeah, he just got Dragon Slaved. He was trying to hide after taking a couple of right clicks from the Lina, and was not enough HP even after burning through a Fairy Fire. So, yeah, that'll happen.
Indeed, indeed. Crikey. Okay, well this game's heating up a little bit already as there's 2 kills going away as Cyber Legacy. Not the way you want to be starting these lanes for Team Empire Hope whatsoever. Maybe they can find some retribution somewhere else. This top lane's where we're expecting to see the advantage being built, and that is exactly what's happening so far as Mastery is getting a big head start onto Plantimos here. I think it's more on James. I don't really want to see him in the lane that much. Especially right now, I want to see him going to interrupt this pull, going to harass Happy, just keep Happy out of the lane, keep the Troll and the Underlord in the 1v1, and the Underlord's going to control the lane very nicely in that situation.
Yeah, but then that's kind of the catch-22 with having a Rubik, is that, yeah, he's good at that, but then he starts lacking in levels. And so you can start asserting some dominance in the laning phase, but then once the mid-game rolls around, then you have a Rubik who's like, guys, I need like 3 tomes before I have Spellsteal online. So it's kind of difficult to find that balance between kind of sapping experience from your offlaner, but also being able to do stuff like interrupt pulls.
Yeah. Rubik is one of the few where you're like, actually, he does need a couple of levels. Mostly you want to get your offlaner to a high level more than you do yourself, but yeah.
Oh, Phoenix
Lightless, yeah, he's in a bit of trouble. He's being cooked right now. Set on fire. Does have the blink and pops a regen rune. It's not enough. Oh, Lightless. Lightless. He's having a luckless time right now. As he gets beaten down once again. Second death here in this middle lane as Pikachu is just owning him. He is setting it on fire and not giving him a bucket of water at all.
Yeah, and he's basically going to miss a full wave of experience as well, because he was already escaping from the Lina to begin with, and the Phoenix just tracked him down afterwards, so not a great turn of events for Lightless at all. And Lina's level 6 now, so honestly, if Pikachu connects like an LSA, they can just straight up kill the Queen of Pain all over again. It's level 4 versus level 6.
What do you do? What are you doing? There it comes. He's dead. No. He's dead. He's out of here. See you later, buddy. As if your Dota forecaster, Tsunami, predicting a heavy wind in the middle lane in Pikachu's favor. And absolutely nails that one.
I don't know how you're not, like, you have to be super tilted as a mid laner now. Rubik will come to soak up some experience, so it's not like the entire lane will go to waste, because Queen of Pain has to take the Walk of Shame back, because he just TP'd after dying to the Phoenix. But like, Lina is... Like, I was hoping that Empire could start snowballing, because that's what they need to do with this Rubik, and, I mean, with this, well, Rubik also, but mainly the Riki and the Queen of Pain. But if Pikachu gets off to this heavy of an advantage, then even whenever Queen of Pain starts rotating, Pikachu will just counter-rotate, and there's no way a Queen of Pain will be able to start the fight and get out of the fight. So this is quite grim.
Indubitably. Indubitably. Gonna be an upward battle for Lightless from here on out, but he's a strong old chap. We'll see if he can drag himself back into this game. Queen of Pain, definitely a hero you can do that with. A couple of good rotations and you can find yourself back in the game very quickly. But Pikachu's still hunting here and he's got the Laguna. Lightless has to be careful if he gets caught out by the LSA. He doesn't have the TP. Oh no, doesn't even use a Laguna. Doesn't even give him the respect to use the Laguna on him. Just right-clicked him down. Meanwhile, up in the top lane, Ekanar's going to lose his life. And James going to get the return kill, at least, as they bring down Happy Durarara. Plantsmos, though, probably won't be going down, although I say that. There comes a Firestorm, forcing Plantsmos in a weird direction with those axes. Very hard for Mastery to find the damage. And Big Num's making his way over towards this one as well, as James turns around. He's got the Fade Bolt to throw back in his direction if he wants to just reduce a bit of its damage.
No, mid lane, no, god. Pikachu did not have the mana for the Laguna Blade, otherwise that was going to be another death for Lightless.
I wasn't ready for that again.
Yeah, no, I'm only watching this now because I want to see if Lightless can come back into the game, because this is, oh my god, there's a lot of people rotating mid now. They do not want Lightless to die for, what, a 5th time? Yeah, he's 0-4-0 right now.
Oh god, what a horrible, horrible mid lane.
This is, I mean, they had 22nd pick Lina. Lina's not a very popular hero, but if you can know your matchup this significantly, then pick whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, absolutely. Just go for it. Just do it.
Instead, Queen of Pain will go top with this DD rune that is now timing out. She's only level 5. Honestly, I don't even know if she can do anything here.
She threw a dagger.
She threw a dagger.
Take that, troll.
Yeah, this is... Phoenix is like, you guys don't need me. Queen of Pain's over here, whatever.
Master is actually going mid. This is a straight up lane swap. This isn't a gank. This isn't a rotation. They just.
Well, I mean, now that Ricky showed him,
it is a gank. What kind of gank is this? All right,
not a good one because Troll Warlord has already evacuated the premises.
Grimstroke might be the target. Stun comes out. They're gonna get Happy. Hey man, don't whatever a kill onto Happy. They've found something. Morale is back up. The boys are screaming. The boys are happy. They're back in town.
I don't know if they'll be able to even take this tier 1, though. Like, Ricky rotates all the way top to kill a freaking 5-position Grimstroke, and then they don't get an objective out of it. What the hell is he supposed to do now?
Meanwhile, the 6-limbed men in the bottom lane start getting down and dirty with one another. Underlord and Centaur, but there is a Lina nearby, which is somewhat terrifying. And there's Stampede. They spot him. They set eyes on him, and it is like, see you later, Mastery, just owning in and owning him. See you later, Mastery. And the tower's going to go along with it. You want up in the top lane? How much damage is this tap? Oh.
Yeah.
It's looking pretty good. Yeah. Okay.
In that time, Tatsuke has ventured towards the mid lane. And gotten like 3 last hits.
You know, everyone in their teenage years always like, I want to go explore, go on a road trip, and that's the phase in his life Ricky's at. Like, I want to see the top lane, I want to see the mid lane, I want to do things with my life, I don't want to be stuck at the bottom my whole life.
You try to do world tours when you don't have any money. You're staying in hostels the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Trying to just avoid getting mugged. Yeah, exactly. And now he's gonna get mugged.
I don't know, jumping back onto Pikachu here and dodging out the LSA as well. Some nice little plays here. Can they actually turn this into a gank though? Pikachu is just a little bit too fast, meaning they will not connect with that cookie, and they know they need to be careful of this Lina. So paying their respects and not getting too close, but nearly a nice turnaround, but unfortunately doesn't really result in anything in the end. And Ricky's still a bit of a pauper, but not doing horribly. Not doing well, definitely not doing well. And actually somehow the Trolls managed to catapult himself back into this game, so I mean, yeah, it's very hard to see Cyber Legacy dropping the game from this point on. I mean, there's still a lot of Dota to be played, a lot of mistakes to be made for Cyber Legacy perhaps, and maybe the opportunity to play themselves out of this position, but it does seem hard for Empire Hope.
It pretty much, Pikachu has to like comically throw, because I don't even see ways for them to easily kill off the Lina. I mean, you're not wrong. That's why through all of these games, I've been like, well, I mean, I don't really care what Dota says. It's always 50-50 in my mind in this region.
Yeah, they could dive tier 4s, and it's not entirely out of the opportunity. Middle tower, though, certainly going to crumble. I mean, that's the thing, though. Cyber Legacy are experienced. You know, this team previously Jiffish 178. They've been to a summit. They've been to a minor or two. You know, these guys have been around the shop. They know what's up. And see you later, Akamat. Yeah. Thought he'd come in and get a deny. Unfortunately, he only finds his own demise. You know what? Happy finds something somewhere else. I don't know. No, they found Happy actually.
Oh, nice work. Last hero activates Retaliate. They stampeded to the Rubik. And yeah, TP out just narrowly.
Immediately use the Retaliate as well. Get that
yeah, to make sure that Stampede. It was to make sure that Rubik wouldn't steal a Stampede.
No, but Rubik immediately used Retaliate.
Oh, he used the Retaliate.
Yeah.
Nope. Smoke.
With it.
They kill off the Queen of Pain. Wait, was that just a solo pick without Laguna Blade?
Yeah. Oh, and the synchronized. Oh, God, they want to tilt him off the planet. They want to break him mentally.
They're so close to Pikachu. They're so close.
3 a.m. They might get him hit. Oh, the Eul's is out. Surely, yes. To get the kill at last, but is any retribution going to come in? Palanthropus is here, popping that ultimate, trying to bring down James. He's got a live strike array to turn it back around onto the Troll Warlord and secure his own survival. All right. I mean, that's pretty value for Lightless.
Yeah, but
Morphe's going to see it that way.
Kill.
It's value
instead of the Ricky getting the streak. Okay, yeah, it's value. Immense value. I mean, yeah, I'm never gonna talk down being able to kill the enemy's mid laner, but at the same time, like, there's so much time being invested that Ricky is not farming. He's roaming the map with 2 Wraith Bands, which he has to do. I don't blame him. It's just that, like, he also has to be the carry because Queen of Pain sure as hell is not gonna carry anything.
She is far from. Nice dodge once again on that stun. And actually, yeah, it looks like he's going to lose his life here. That double damage on Ricky going to work. They're looking towards Bigman as well, but he's got the sword to get himself away. Meek Cookie, but it does actually close the gap here. And now the ultimate comes down, but Lightless is in, doing the damage to the egg, but it looks like Ricky might lose life. Pops the one, though, keeping himself alive. James is in trouble, though. He's in the backline, he's being beaten down, but Troll's actually taking the damage back in response here. And in that Firestorm, does have to get himself out. Can't come to this fight. But now in comes the Soulbind onto 2 heroes, but Lightless is behind. Doesn't have an ultimate, but does have a decent amount of damage. They're dumping on Pikachu right now. Cookie forward. They bring down the leaner and they'll bring down Happy as well. They find the turnaround fight. Empire Hope, they lay a bit of a smackdown in this middle lane. A beautifully orchestrated fight from them.
As a unit, they're incredibly strong. Like, this Ricky obviously can deal a lot of damage, but he just needs to make sure he's not tanking a bunch in the process. So he kind of goes a little bit deep, but Lina did not have detection, and so Phoenix pops the Supernova. Lina is able to do as much damage as possible, but then Ricky goes back into invisibility, and Lina's like, great, now I can't finish this guy. The Supernova egg goes down, and Ricky gets his Blink Strike, charges back up, immediately leaves the fight, and yeah, massive turnaround going to favor of Team Empire Hope. Great work by them.
Beautiful to see. That's just a straight up good fight from them. Nothing to really be said about how Cyber Legacy played it, to be honest. Like, they no reason to not feel strong in this part of the game. But,
yeah, at most it was kind of just set off by the fact that last hero got picked off in the mid lane by himself, and we have multiple times iterated the importance of Stampede in this game, both as an evasive maneuver and as an offensive maneuver. So him being out of the fight, not being able to tank any damage, not being able to help with utility as they find James.
They do a little bit here. He might be brought down. Meanwhile, Laguna actually out onto Ekanard as well. Oh,
what a nice play.
Oh, that was such a cute Dragon Flame. Love that. Pikachu did it game number 1 with the Grimmswarm, and game number 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Making the stylish plays with it. Double smoke. Never like to see that, but whatever.
Mid lane, Mastery? Is he gonna get the... Nope. Rip last hit.
Bye. And they're looking for Lightless here, but they're not gonna find him. Smoke wasted. 2 smokes wasted, in fact.
Yeah, did Quap end up popping the smoke? Because... Oh. They're just ignoring her. They want these bounty runes.
Yeah, they didn't really have the distance on the Queen of Pain to actually jump her, so... Lightless reading it pretty damn well. And in goes the Ricky, falling onto the Grimstroke here. Grimstroke is going to throw down the Soulbind. Ricky might be able to finish off regardless, though. He can. decent amount of damage on this Riki, even though it's very early on. He doesn't actually have an item yet, but he's closing in towards the Diffusal Blade very, very quickly.
Cyber Legacy just need to start grouping up. They're so strong with this Vanguard on the Centaur. Supernova is obviously very, very difficult for the enemy team to deal with, assuming that it's a full-on team fight and not just like a, I don't know, evasive
you need
Supernova.
it level 2, really, I think. The Corp can come in and just straight up kill it with like one other hero. Also, you've got to remember there's a little Shredder value point as well. One volley of little Shredder will kill it, so...
Good point. Yeah, well, I mean, even with the Stampede alone, I feel like they should be able to take a majority of fights. So they just need to play around that ultimate, because Lina's always up. She's always ready to fight. But the rest of her team is not nearly as farmed as her, aside from the Centaur.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's ways they should be taking this, and maybe not making the plays just yet. But at the same time, they don't feel under the gun at all here. They've got the Troll. He's the X Factor in this game, for sure. He's the big daddy. Daddy Troll, they're going forward onto Lightless here. Lightless being silenced up by this annoying Phantom, and this is going to be Lightless losing his life. Nice little gank here. I'm not really sure the Stampede was necessary, but they'll clear him out, and now they want to claim this area for the map as well. Let's see, are they going to ward this? Ooh, don't do it. Don't do it. He's switched into the Sentry. Observatory.
Put a Fire Spirit up there. It's out of range.
Yeah.
But I think Lightless suspects it. They have vision. Wait, how do they have vision?
Oh, there's an Observer.
Oh, they have
behind.
Yeah. Slick.
Already gone. I can help with the little Shredder. Nice ward, fools.
Wow, they want to take a fight. I think they also recognize how valuable Stampede is.
They do. They absolutely do. Yeah, it just allows Riki to absolutely secure one of these kills. No one can get out of a smoke cloud without a Stampede up. They don't have 4 stuffs. They've got Yules on Lina, so Lina should be okay. Everyone else, they'll be in a tricky-dicky situation because of Riki and his little sticky-if defusal.
You got one more rhyme?
No, it's too late. Yeah, ask me that at midday, and I'm there. We keep going all evening, but right now, 9. Yours actually comes out from the Underlord. It's kind of like an Atos, I guess, where you can just keep him in the Pit of Malice a little bit longer, but also the ability to use it on himself to get away from the Troll. The control for the Troll, controlling the Troll, is very nice.
Oh, you're just on fire today.
Yeah, Rap God right here. 2 a.m. Rap God.
This is more J. Cole than Eminem, though.
I'm not American, so I'm just laughing.
You don't know J. Cole? I
do
don't
not.
blame you. Okay.
Is he one of these mumble rappers? That's the phrase I heard.
No, J. Cole's most commonly criticized for being boring. Like, he has good bars, but his flow is kind of like very lethargic, kind of, and so he's like one of those like kind of conscious rappers kind of thing. So that's the biggest criticism. So if I'm thinking of slow rapper, he's still good, but he's just slow, and so that's my go-to. It's J. Cole.
Yeah, I'll tank that insult. That's very fair. See, ooh, Imp Claw for the Riki. I'm ready for that. You can throw that one over if you want. She sent it back to base though. Can I just say, I absolutely despise it when someone picks up a neutral item, I ping that I want it, and they just send it back to base when I'm like 2 steps away from
Especially
them.
when I'm like walking. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take it. And they'll ping it. They're like, does anyone want this? And then send it back to base, and I'm like, yes, I did want it. Just give it to me. Man, Nether Shell is so nice on Lina. You're able to clear creep waves with LSA and Dragon Slave way later in the game than you're usually able to. Which, I mean, it was kind of taken away now that your int no longer, gives you that spell amplification or whatever.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm actually wondering, Happy is going to be taken down as there's a couple of heroes from the side of Cyber Legacy who are in a little bit too deep here, and it looks like Phoenix is going to be the +1, but he does actually get the dive, but no. He's going to get burnt out by Mastery all the same. I imagine just that's the Firestorm sticking on him a little bit longer than intended. They're even looking for Plantimos here. They want the extra kill, and they may well just get it. He's trying to pop the ultimate here, but he actually gets inside the smoke cloud, so trying to run a different way. But Troll really running out of options, so he now pops the ultimate, trying to turn it for Ricky, but Ricky is here. And Kanaka jump in with the stun. They've got the Troll Warlord nice and controlled up, and he's going to get cut down. Meanwhile, James, though, also going to die solo to Pikachu in another lane, so something, but not really worth it at all. Empire, again, a great little fight here, and this is what their draft can do, and Pikachu's in a really bad place. The diffuser comes out, and in come the kisses over from her head. Mwah, mwah, mwah. We love you, Pikachu. Thank you for giving us this kill, and sleep tight, my little queen. And there's the tips coming in response. Empire hope they're back, baby.
Dude, I can't believe the team that has Supernova is the one that's never taking fights. I'm baffled. Yeah, sure, there are ways to kill it, but you'd think that it would buy enough time that Soulbind would be able to connect on 2 heroes, Centaur's Stampede would be able to initiate. They get the hoof stomp onto the Ricky. Will they kill him? They don't have the detection. They briefly did not have the
nice dodge actually on that silence there. If Yo-VOD connected with Tatake there, then he was absolutely gone, but didn't manage to do so. Now Tatake on the run and might actually survive this. Last hero is still chasing, but Tatake is fine. He's just outside of the range of that sentry. He's gone. My goodness.
Yeah, Cyber Legacy are kind of losing the grip on the game that they should have had for a long, long time.
You appear to have misjudged things.
I'm lagging. Am I still coming through on Discord? Is it just my in-game that's lagging?
No, I was just gonna say you've criticized a rapper whilst being on an American time zone, so. Well, I mean, you didn't actually criticize him, though, but you said people's main criticism of him. But, I mean, I
stand by that assessment. His main thing is like triple platinum with no features or something like that. I mean, that's great. That's great that you're able to put up such big numbers without having other people on your tracks. But guess what? I like listening to music that's actually fun to listen to. You know? Yo, what a shame.
Smackdown. Meanwhile, Team Empire.
Oh, are they actually going to do a team fight?
Maybe. Smokes out. In they go. Last hero going to be. Oh, he stuttered a little bit on the stomp, and now getting silenced up. Really trying hard to find this one. They're going to be able to take down Ekanan on the front lines here, but will they be able to get anything else? They're just trying to get themselves out in Empire Hope. Will they be able to do so? Inside the circle we go. Is there anything to get them out? Oh, no! He stayed behind. Tatake, he jumped forward the blink strike to dodge the TP out. I didn't even know that was possible. Oh, Tatake. The chips do not fall in your favor, young Ricky, young Richard, young Ricardo. Oh Christ, that was unlucky.
Oh my god,
I've never seen
his way into death. Dude, what a brilliant play from the Phoenix, am I right? Just baiting himself, just lingering that dangling that carrot in front of Ricky's face. Is like, sure, you know, I'll get this +1. I mean, and somehow he opened the door to the Uber and he was like trying to grab something and he just fell right out.
I don't even know. Like it's like 2 maybe frames of invisibility, like of disappearance when you blink strike something.
I'm not 100% sure if he just maybe got out of range.
Yeah, maybe the backstab was far enough away. You go behind him, so maybe that was the issue. Yeah, maybe you're right.
I'm suspecting that was the case because blink strike does not disjoint. Yeah. But they looked so close. I mean, like, well, we can watch. I don't know what time it was, like 22:40 or something like that, so keep your eye.
Centaur getting himself beaten down right now. Trick to trade out on Tim as well. The shotgun can come through as well from the, but actually, the leash now connecting to both the Ricky and the oh my god, the double Laguna as well on top of it with the sun coming down on top, and it is done. Now, for Cyber Legacy, are they coming back into this game and chopping up the Snapfire? Snapfire is dead, and they'll look forward to James as well, and James is also going to be a casualty. A very optimistic TP from him. Down he goes.
It's about to happen. I'm keeping my eye on this thing. You go cast this Roche fight.
Yeah, woo, Roche, let's go. In the pit.
Oh my god, you're right. I think he actually did blink out, like he was in the range, and he somehow ended up in front of Phoenix.
Damn, dude.
That's like even less time than Burrow Strike, I think.
Yeah. Don't cross any roads today, Ricky. Unless you're a random speeding vehicle. Oh, another two.
Alright, I'm looking this up. Hold on. I want to see how long the delay is on Blink Strike.
You're diving into the code. You've got your hacker gloves on. Your glare-resistant glasses. Fingerless gloves.
I guess what it is that there's no there's no max range, right? And it's a 0.3 second cast animation. So I think he was in the middle of the cast animation, and then he gets sent back home, and I guess he was like still in range technically. I'm very surprised that blink strike was able to go off.
I think he was as well. I mean, he was just sitting there blinking on the floor like, what in God's name has just happened to me? But the amount of found Pikachu here, the jumping forwards here, the defuse out onto him along with the Stylus, Yules will come down. This is an Aegis holder here, so they're going to have to deal with 2 Pikachus right now. And that should be a challenge as Tatake now isolated. His team's given up on him. They're out of here. See you later, buddy. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
It costs the BKB charge from the Troll Warlord, but being able to preserve like a very, very fresh Aegis like that is totally worth it.
Yeah.
As Pikachu still has like another 4 minutes left on it.
That's a great point. Yeah, the more time you got left on this Aegis, the more valuable it is. The harder you should try to protect it like that. So Pikachu going to be very happy to have more time to play with this. And you've already found a lot of value from it. You've already found yourselves a Riki kill from it. I mean, if that Aegis didn't exist, they'll just straight in onto the Lina, kill her off, and then you find yourself a nice fight afterwards. But they realize that killing the Lina is not actually going to find them good fights. So wisely backing out, I would say, but still very costly.
Yeah, and now I guess they're kind of holding off until Troll's BKB comes back online because they have all their ultimates. Stampede's up, Supernova's up. They should be ready to fight at a moment's notice, but instead they're kind of holding off on any pushes. I don't want them to hold off for too long, because now that you've built the BKB on Troll, it's going to obviously lose efficacy the earlier you build it, because you're going to whittle down your charges. And BKB in this game is very, very critical for Troll Warlord. He will get kited by the millions of things that they have. The Stampede does come out onto the Riki mid, into the LSA hookstop. Yeah.
Oh, young Richard falls down again in the middle lane. Yeah, I mean, Empire Hope, you know, they shone bright for a while. They were finding the fights, finding the pickoffs, but unfortunately now with the it keeps getting worse, doesn't it? There it is. Underlord was able to dodge it at the very least, but Ekanon unfortunately does not. TP out from Map3, he's fine.
Clock's ticking. Yeah, he's out.
Fake guy from Tsunami there, trying to do my job.
He's out. Well, they still have another 2 minutes left on this Aegis, so Pikachu, he could just run back to base, fill up all his mana, then BOT right back onto probably the mid lane, I would imagine. Okay, he's actually gonna TP back to base. Can't double TP anymore. That was a fun era of Boots of Travel.
Yeah, no, it wasn't, but yeah. I mean, to be fair, I love that.
Clearly do not come from the Merlini school of games in which it's BOT first every single hero, and then they'll tell you it's a great era.
Genuinely, like, I loved playing Leshrac and Zeus just because going back to base every 2 seconds was so fun on, like, just int spam heroes. I loved it, so yeah, I do miss it, but don't miss playing against it an awful lot.
Oh, Lightless. He sniped a courier, and Pikachu's looking for him, but he's not going to find him.
He's totally chatting on Lightless this game as well, isn't he? He dumps him in lane, just following him around all the time. He's like, where are you, little bro? Like Pikachu from high school.
What's up, remember me? I drive a Mustang GT now.
That's a fella. Yeah, I mean, there's no pressure on Cyber Legacy right now. They're just chilling it, grilling it.
The only thing that causes a little bit more pressure is that Troll Warlord did not go for a Battle Fury, and so normally I would be like, yes, there's absolutely no pressure whatsoever on Cyber Legacy because they have a farming core. But with him going Diffusal into BKB, that does kind of put him on the same pace as a Riki, which is not really the case, seeing as how he's freaking 5k net worth out of the Riki, but it could be much, much worse if he had a farming item as opposed to this combat-oriented build. Oh, Riki gets spotted.
Darkgate needs some help. Lina's coming in as well. Where's the vision coming from, actually, here? Is there a gem? There is indeed. Oh, okay. See you, Riki. Poor little Richard, once again, getting dumpstered.
Oh, initiation, mid lane.
Yeah, they're looking for Dragonite here. Might well find him. Nice cookie away. Plants most though, cutting off his escape here and getting on top of him. And there's a sentry right down on top of him as well. There's absolutely no escape here, Dragonite. See you later, my friend. Snapfire, finished off in the river. Not a huge deal, but definitely just more chips falling in Cyber Legacy's favor.
Yeah, Aegis is now fully reclaimed, so Cyber Legacy can't go too crazy, but at the same time, I don't really see very much stopping them from sieging high ground at this point. Like, I don't really think there are any items that they need to wait for. They've got an MKB now freshly completed on Palantimos. That's as big of a spike as you could hope for to siege high ground with. Oh man, and they have a DD rune up top.
Ouchies. Yeah, gotta respect the double damage.
Man, I'm afraid that they're gonna wait for the next Roche. You don't need to wait for the next Roche.
They don't need to, but they can.
Strong.
They absolutely can, I think. Like, they're not, like, Troll is still going to be the strongest hero in the game, right? Like, maybe you give the Ricky time to get his BKB. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, they probably will.
I mean, that was pretty significant, because freaking Lena went for Scythe of Vice. Oh, actually, she has the Aghanim Scepter also, so it wouldn't be the biggest deal. Still, though, I don't know. It was, I mean, Cyber Legacy had the hard time closing out game 1. I just see shades of that happening if they wait for another Roche all over again. Alright, DD picked up smoke.
Oh, here you go, Tsunami. They're smoked up. They're ready to go. They're not looking to rest too heavily on their laurels.
Good.
But is it just Decanart they're finding here? That's yeah, they see him, they're like,
no, don't follow. No one cares about the bot lane, dude. No one cares. It's a tier 1 tower. What's the worst that's gonna happen? They have to come and defend their high ground.
Radiant are scanning.
They get the scan. Their
Pink.
pings.
Pink is on it. Who is Pink? That's Big Man. Oh, they're not.
Oh my god, they lost him.
They don't find anyone.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
They all chat as well from James. Just saying, well, we played you kids. Nice rotation to the bottom lane. How's it doing down there? We're doing pretty nicely every other area on the map. But maybe the troll will find Mastery. No, not actually seeing him there. Must be just out of it. Oh, very, very close. So he sees him TP. He's like, whoa, I'm clearing off. As Ping's coming over, though. I'm not sure he's quite quick enough. This is one slow Underlord. Stroke of Fate, going to connect, but there's a couple of heroes behind him as well. Oh no, Tatake is actually the one in real danger here. They found him in the creep wave, and they'll bring him down. They didn't expect him to get across the map that quickly. And Tatake, a little bit too cocky out in that lane, pushing that one down. And young Richard, once again, he is never going to grow up. This poor little, you know, he started the day traveling across the lanes. He's very little.
All right, well now I guess they can wait for Roche. I hope it's a long one. It's a one in the middle of the range.
Yeah, sure.
Cookie, BKB activated by Palantimos.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess he was scared of the scream. I mean, Lightless wasn't actually there, but if he was, then he would have been pretty scary.
Yeah, without the Ricky, I don't really see them killing the troll, but whatever.
It's just a magic damage nuke from, but even then, like, you can still BKB before. Can you? No, not really. No, I think it's worthwhile, I guess. What the? Oh, I literally just missed that. Alright, that's a hex for you.
Whoa, AC completed on the Queen of Pain?
Yeah,
this is an interesting build.
She picked up that Orb of Destruction and she's like, hey, I'm anti-armor now.
Yeah, and now they have basically no issues with the Supernova, in theory.
That's the thing, yeah. Well, I like this play here. If they find the leader, Pikachu's going up the wrong cliff right now. James is going to see him. Lift comes out, and everybody else coming on in. He's got the BKB, though. Pikachu trying to turn this one around. Drops a stun. Drops a lot here as a TP on over on Palantimos. Palantimos on top of the Ricky. Ricky needs some help right now. He is in Fizz. Pikachu, no. Won't be able to find anything. They'll get everybody out safely. A very, very, well, tight bum situation there as we clench up for Empire Hope, but they get out okay in the end.
This is the exact same thing that happened in game 1. Like, they're continuing to get picks, but it's like they have a 17k net worth advantage. It should not cost a BKB charge from your Lina to be able to get a solo pick off on a Queen of Pain, which is ultimately what it came out to. Technically, yes, she did not have to use the BKB to kill the Queen of Pain, but throughout all these exchanges, that's like the net difference. And now Roche is up. It is going to be the cheese. And Palantimos has a Basher now on top of his MKB.
Indeed, into the pit we go. Basher. Monkey King there. Orb of Destruction. Palantimos is a very, very scary troll at this stage in the game. And now have an Aegis in the pocket as well. good luck bringing down this troll twice and then cheese in the pockets of Pikachu as well. And
Dude,
I hope you do not want to be here, guys. You do not want to be here. Ekanar's going to be the one to be initiated on. Feel like he was baiting a little bit. They're going to jump immediately. 2 heroes onto the leader. They pop her down. Pikachu's gone. No buyback either. And they're going to get the egg. This isn't bad at all. What else can they find here? They're going on to last hero, but they're kind of split themselves up here, Empire Hope, trying to find their next target. A buyback's come out from Bignum of all people as they pop the Stampede. Mastery trying to get himself out, but unfortunately he's being chopped up by the troll pretty damn tastily here, and they get the stun out, but Lightless has to be a little bit careful. Happy though, getting beaten by the Modern's Kisses. Another hero going down. Last hero, not that tank either, as Plantimo should lose his first life. They are actually doing this, Empire Hope, taking a crazy ass fight and finding themselves kill after kill, and Bignum with the dieback, making it 6 kills so far. And it will be 7 if they can bring the troll down for a second time here. We're looking forward to him. He doesn't have any way out of this one. He's gone. This is going to be a full 5-man team, plus an Aegis, plus a buyback. An absolutely brilliant fight. And the only person that's lost, well, you can guess. It's Little Richard once again. And I guess
Fantastic.
the Underlord as well with the buyback.
Oh, and they lost the gem. Is he going to see it? Underlord? Yeah, there we go.
He's got it. They're going to call him
Fantastic
Eagle Eyes Mastery for
decision-making.
nothing.
Bounty.
Yeah, we'll talk to him about that if he ends up winning.
We will.
I am 100% on board with the decision for Empire Hope to take that fight, even if they I was not expecting it to go as well as it did, but they on the other hand were hitting a bunch of spikes. The AC was freshly completed on the Queen of Pain. That was her 10-second BKB as well. 10-second BKB on the Ricky as well. So a lot of the stuff that you needed to be concerned about from Cyber Legacy, like the Grimstroke and the Phoenix, was just thrown out the window. After that, you just needed to worry about kiting up this Troll Warlord, who, because he built a BKB so early on, it was down to 7 seconds in that fight. So this is what happens if you just get dragged around the map for no reason. Like, Cyber Legacy could have just stuck to a lane, pushed it down. They have freaking Troll Warlord who has an MKB. He can just destroy a set of racks with minimal effort, and yet they just kept running around the map, and all their Roche advantage has gone out the window. They still have a significant net worth advantage, so it's not like things have completely gone in the favor of Empire Hope, but such a momentum shift.
Yeah, huge. I don't think the net worth really is that. I don't know, what does Gabe think? We're at 41% for the Radiant and 58% for the Dire, so it's still in favor of Cyber Legacy, which I think is fair enough. Like, it's still an upward battle, but it's just CIS games are so mentality focused. Like, the team which feels ahead, they play ahead, and they usually, you know, win. So I think Team Empire Hope definitely feeling that they're ahead right now. Except Little Richard, who feels awful because he keeps dying all the time.
I mean, he only has room to grow. Imagine if he actually survives one of these team fights, he's going to get like 6 levels. Because he's the lowest level on his team, tied with Snapfire. He's level 18 on this Ricky.
Christ almighty, he has really been down in the dumps a little bit. I mean, there's been so many deaths on this game as well. I mean, Happy to Aurora 0 and 8, Bignum 1 and 5, Ekanart 2 and 9. I mean, 8 deaths on Lightless due to that horrendous laning phase. Now 7 on Tasaka. It's a wild ride. Tier 4 items now dropping, gonna make it even wilder. I swear to God, if no one takes this flicker once again, I'm gonna. They hate this item. They hate the flicker.
I guess Snapfire should take the flicker. Like, if you get you should be able to get out of net, right? Because it technically dispels, or does it count as a route that you can't do it?
Well, that's true, because it's disabled blinking abilities. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Which comes first, the disabled the blink, the chicken or the egg? Ekanart or death? It's okay.
Oh wow, look at this.
Siege,
They're
right?
taking it through tower.
Are they though? In comes a Fortify, in comes a lift, throwing back Centaur Warrener. Lightless on top of him, balancing spells his way as well. They're kind of playing ping pong with abilities right now, and Sonic Wave, Lightless throws a Scorcher back, and well, that's going to force out the Stampede, but stolen by the Rubik. That is a fairly big deal. Now they have Stampede, and Cyber Legacy do not. I think this is the time to fight for them. I want to see them go, and a Ninja Gear from both teams, actually. Surely, Plantimo actually wants the Illusionist Cape, so they'll give the Ninja Gear to Pikachu? Really? Okay. I guess he wants the smoke.
I'm surprised Palatimus is just not backpacking it. He should
Maybe
just
it's
keep the
still
Ninja Gear
as well.
active. And whenever the illusionist cape is off cooldown, just swap them out.
I mean, those
Alright,
are
well,
very
Glyph is
high value
down.
items to have on one hero, though, like in the backpack most of the time.
Sure, I suppose. And Lina does benefit from the agi and movement speed quite a bit from the ninja gear, so and she can also get picks. Oh, and now leveler. Please push high ground for the love of God. Glyph has already been popped.
No, I don't think
all
they can
you're
when they
doing-
don't have Stampede and the enemy team do. That sounds like a risk.
Yeah, but that's the beauty of it, is that you don't need to take a fight. Like, if there's a fight, you just fight around the tier 3. You don't need to dive. You just stick around, and you let Supernova be like your escape mechanism. If the fight goes down the stairs, then you Supernova. If the fight goes up the stairs, it shouldn't be going up the stairs because you should be just pushing the tower.
They don't trust themselves to not immediately hone in on the kills, I guess.
Clearly not.
Let's see if anybody comes to this middle lane. That won't happen, though. Roshan gonna be up in 2 minutes.
No,
Well, we'll
don't
see the time.
Don't say that.
You know it's coming, dude. I'm just...
I do know it's coming.
Don't shoot the messenger. But they're probably waiting for Roche. Let's see. I mean, if they can get this pick off onto working on, that might open up for something. What are our buybacks looking like? Is anybody? No, of course no one's saving for that. Actually, young Richard is. Good job, buddy. I'm really hoping that Tatake can really, like, become a man in this game.
Yeah, he's coming to that point. As long as they, like, tier 3 high ground defense would be his best chance, because the fight is, like, so concentrated on one area that he doesn't need to be the one who's constantly getting chased around anywhere. Hopefully Mastery can just, like, post up. He's got Scythe of Vice, he's got Pipe, he's got a Minotaur Horn as well. They're gonna smoke up on Radiant.
They
Don't really have
looking
any vision.
for something,
And they
yeah. They,
also don't have scan.
do they have observers and sentries to place down
Oh, they get
themselves?
baited by this illusion.
Oh no, no, they realize.
They got kind of baited.
Very good. I mean, yeah, it ruins their smoke, but they take control of the area, they take the outpost, they get a D-ward. I'm disappointed they didn't play any wards down of their own yet. Hopefully they will.
Yeah, well, they went in with the gem, and so Master... Oh, Stampede.
Yeah, they're jumping forward. They might have just
Double
found
hook stop.
two of the backlines. Very nice catch here. And down goes Lightless, down goes Mastery as well. A buyback comes out from the Queen of Pain instantly, wanting to make sure that nothing is going to break out here. They forget the gem. Yeah, quick in, quick out, and forgetting about the gem does seem to be the case. But
Rip Courier.
they've already
Will
got one.
beat
Who needs it?
do
Nice. He's called his Courier Epileptic Kid. Interesting.
Yeah, I did not notice that. That's really funny. Learning to behave. Oh, I think that's the default description, not a custom description. Shout out to that epileptic kid. All right. No glyph. No Scythe of Vice on the Underlord. No Pipe on the Underlord. No Aura of the Underlord because he is dead.
Yep.
Leveler up on the Centaur. I'm a big fan of this, actually.
Yeah, this is cute. Here you can just shove on the high ground, give him a leveler, and look at him take these buildings. This is impressive, actually. He can retaliate. It's doing work.
Yeah. He's freaking 419 damage.
He wishes
And-
he really wishes he took the retaliate damage talent now.
Radiant's middle
Oh, the strength is kind of working when the tower is attacking him also.
I mean,
Lincoln's popped by the blink strike of Ricky, I guess? I don't know what that was, actually.
risky thing to top link into with.
Yeah.
Oh god, I'm in. Lightless jumping in on the front lines here, a lift out onto the Sentinel, but the Hex is out onto the Queen of Pain. It's a non-buyback from the Queen of Pain, and she's just going to get dumped from the side of this fight. They have got to fight without her, just as the Underlord buys back into this one as well. Now they turn around to target, have to spot the BKB, but there's a lot of right-click damage coming through onto him. He's got to get himself out. Meanwhile, Laguna comes in from the Rubik to take down last hero. Happy Dorara is going to die as well, as the Lincolns once again pop from Pikachu. The buyback's coming out from Grimstroke and the Sentinel. They're trying to come back into this one, but they're jumping onto the Troll Warlord. Troll Warlord running out of health, but he has got the cheese, going to cheese himself up and kill off the Ricky instead. Richard coming back into this fight. Meanwhile, Lena playing around the back lines.
he's
And TP, that is optimistic, though. That's not going to happen. Die back on the Underlord, and it looks like this might be game. 3 heroes left to try and defend this high ground right now. I just don't think this is happening now for Empire Hope. We'll see.
Yeah, and the rest of Cyber Legacy is rejoining the fight as it has been full buybacks from dead heroes of Dire. They have now rejoined, and it's definitely going to be Mega Creeps. Most likely game is both the Queen of Pain and the Underlord cannot buy back. Queen of Pain is just... Oh no, she bought back already, so yeah.
So yeah, indeed. Looks like this is going to be the last few moments of the game, they haven't decided to call it just yet. Do they go for the tier 4s? Yes, they do. Ricky, jump on the backlines. It's time to become a man, Richard. No, he's going to die a child. Poor little Richard dies once again, and with it, their hopes of winning this game. Rubik being picked up on the sidelines here. Yeah, Engswell's not going to do him much good. And there's your GG's. There's your well played. And there's the game and the series going the way of Cyber Legacy. I think it was kind of expected eventually, but I mean, still, yeah, they looked pretty damn assertive in these last 2 games.